Good morning. Another beautiful day here in Singapore. I am currently in the Katong. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I dropped my water bottle. Sorry, thank you. People are so kind here. I dropped my water bottle. The lady was letting me know. That's Singapore for you. But yeah, so I'm actually in this Katong area, which I made a video about. If you guys haven't watched that, go check it out. And I'm actually headed to my next hotel. It's going to be in another area of Singapore, and that's how I'm kind of doing it. I'm taking it one area at a time. I'm staying in that area so I can show you guys. One thing I notice about Singapore is everybody follows the crosswalk. So people wait for the green light. Nobody jaywalks. It's interesting compared to other Southeast Asian countries. Over here, you must wait for the light. Unless there's like nobody around and it's late, maybe then you can cross. But usually, you gotta wait for the crosswalk. I gotta take this 16 bus. All right. So this is it. This is the 16. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You just missed the bus.
I did? Oh, God. Okay, no problem. They run pretty frequently, right?
15 minutes.
15.
Okay, I can wait. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day. All right. So the good thing about Singapore is you can always ask a local and they'll tell you where to go. So I had some locals just guiding me to go this way. And then I gotta wait about 15 minutes for the next bus. 16 to, I think, the Capitol building. And then from there I gotta walk. How I stay connected wherever I go is with Olaf. And Olaf, if you guys don't know, is an eSIM company. So basically, as I'm traveling to different places, I don't have to worry about going and purchasing a SIM card anywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I'm usually connected through Olaf. You just have to purchase their eSIM. It takes like 2 minutes to purchase it on their application or on their website. I'll leave the link down low. But the great thing about Olaf is that they cover over 200 destinations. So most places you're gonna travel, you won't have to worry about, you know, going and finding a SIM card. And the good thing about it is as soon as I land, I'm already connected. So I'm able to Google map myself to places. I'm able to, you know, if there's the immigration forms that you have to fill out, you need internet, just all of that is always easy. As soon as you land, you're connected. And another great thing about Olaf is they don't have any hidden fees. When they tell you it's unlimited data, they mean it. And I have 5G LTE unlimited here in Singapore. It's super fast, it's working amazing. So I would definitely look into, on your next travel, purchasing an Olaf eSIM. It's the best way to stay connected wherever you go. I wouldn't honestly travel without it at this point because it just makes my travels that much seamless, that much easier. So it's honestly a no-brainer. So guys, go purchase your Olaf eSIM for your next travel, and make sure when you purchase it, you type in my code, Myer Travels. That's MYER Travels, Myer Travels, and you'll get 5% off. Honestly, guys, like I said, it's a no-brainer. It makes your travel so much seamless and easier. Olaf eSIM. Let's get back to it. Does this go to the Capitol building?
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, look at this nice bus. Look at the seats. This is for the elderly people. Let's sit over here. Okay. Very nice, clean bus compared to other buses that I've been on. Also, you can just use your credit card and tap it. You don't have to worry about any other form of payment. I'm just saying that this is one of the cleanest buses that I've ever been. For you guys, it's probably normal, but as an outsider, it's very impressive.
It's like more than the cost.
That's true. I've noticed compared to other Southeast Asian countries, it's definitely
The road all very clean.
Yeah.
The car only got to pay extra. Certificate of it like before you buy.
Oh, that's why.
You have to build road and
So
bridges.
the cleanliness comes at a cost. Well, hey, listen, you got to pay for it. Are you from
Singapore? Singapore.
Born and raised? right, so we have arrived to the Capitol building, which is right here. The Capitol Kempinski Hotel, one of the most famous and oldest hotels in Singapore. So this area definitely is very different from where I was in my last video. It's very modern. You can see this is the Singapore that most people depict when movies, you know, big buildings. Actually, this isn't even the financial hub, like the Marina Bay area where you have all the big buildings and everything. This is another area known as Victoria Street. That's where my hotel is, but definitely gives me the vibe of like New York City. Very much so, New York City vibe for sure, but beautiful. You know, for being a concrete jungle, which Singapore is, it has a lot of greenery around the city. You notice there's trees, plants, grass, so it definitely gives you a nice kind of balance. You know, it's not all fully concrete. You do get a lot of greenery around the city, a lot of different kinds of trees and, you know, plants, so it's not so much. It still has a nice kind of you can breathe, you know, you can feel the fresh air still. What a beautiful church right here as I was walking, and then another one right here. And most of these churches that you see around Singapore are very old. They were here since, you know, the British were here in the 1800s. So the construction is the architecture is very old, colonial, but very beautiful. All right, and right in the middle of this street, Victoria Street, you got the Victoria Hotel. And this is where I'm staying for the night. Alrighty, here we are. Welcome to the Victoria. Hi, how are you? How you doing? Good afternoon. Yes. How you doing?
Can I have your passport?
Sure. Is it? I know I'm a bit early.
Yes, a bit early, but if you can wait a while, because my housekeeping is still
No problem. No
later
problem.
I just have a quick chat.
Perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to, you know, introduce the hotel, making a video. So, what's the name of this area?
Victoria Hotel. This is Victoria Hotel. So the name of this street will be Victoria Street.
Victoria Street.
Victoria
Like, is there a name for this neighborhood of Singapore, or?
This neighborhood? No.
Okay.
Victoria Street.
Okay.
So this considered, I think, considered central.
Central.
Because it's near Bugis. You can go Bugis. It's
Okay.
near Orchard Road also.
Okay. Got it. Thank you so much. Alright guys, let's go check out the room. So they do have laundry machines here as well. Now this isn't like a luxury hotel obviously in Singapore. This is more of a boutique, I would say maybe budget hotel, especially for this area, because in this area hotels usually cost a bit more. And I will say the service is good. The area smells nice. That's one thing that's very important. It looks clean. Actually, this group of hotels that I'm staying with is called NuVe Group. They have a few around the city, and I'll be staying at a few of them and showing you as we go along. So this is NuVe Group. They run these hotels. Ooh, the room is already cool. Nice. Okay, very good. Pretty nice. Pretty big room as well. Oh wow. Look at this. Beautiful. I would say like all of their hotels so far, I stayed at another one in my last video. It's very homey. Like the hotel room doesn't feel like a hotel. It feels like a apartment almost, which is quite nice. I actually kind of like that. They give you a free mini bar. So everything here that you see, the snacks, the drinks, even that. Oh yeah, we got some drinks in the fridge. Everything is included. And they give you an espresso machine and 2 things of an espresso. Nice. So yeah, everything is included. It's nice and cool. Whew. The bed is nice. Oh, and comfy. Very comfy. It's a pretty big bed too. Oh. Now you don't have much of a view, but that's okay. You want a view, you gotta pay more in Singapore. Nice bathroom. Very clean. Big shower. Got a TV. And yeah, guys, nice. Got a nice rug here. Pretty comfy. But yeah, so this is what you get, you know, for about close to $175 to $200 per night. in Singapore, you know. Hotels here are obviously a little bit more than in other countries in Southeast Asia, as I've mentioned. Most things are here in Singapore, but this is pretty budget friendly for the area, so good to see. All right guys, so to clarify, this area is actually known as Bugis. Bugis is like, you can call it central, you know, it's the central area. So Marina Bay is what you see, and we're actually not too far from Marina Bay, so maybe I'll go check that out now and show you guys as well. Since we're here, we might as well, and just kind of walk around and explore the area. But yeah, so this area of Bugis is actually, you know, back in the day, in the 50s and 60s, this area was like the nightlife area. It was the area that people would come and kind of like bohemian kind of party area. But now it's obviously transformed into a big shopping and cultural area. And you can see from the buildings, I mean, just look around, you know, you have these nice big hotels, and it's become a kind of shopping hub here. And I'm not a big shopper, so I'm gonna probably just make my way to the Marina area, the Marina Bay area, because if you're in Singapore, you have to check that area out. One thing I find really charming about Singapore is the juxtaposition of these new financial buildings, as you can see, and you know, these old, you know, 17th, 18th century buildings. As you can see, look how old these buildings are, but also very well maintained. It's always nice when you have that kind of contrast between the two things. I love that, the contrast in architecture. Sometimes cities, they just knock down all of their, like when I went to Seoul in Korea, it's like pretty much they kind of erased all of their old buildings, and it's just so new, and it just kind of feels fake. But the city still has some of that old charm, and it makes it really nice to walk around and kind of just look. Safe to say, if you like luxury, you like fancy, you like that kind of travel, Singapore is definitely the place for you. And if you come here, you got to come to this Bugis and Marina Bay area, because this is just like big money area for sure. Just walking around and seeing the people who are here, who travel here. So as I'm walking, I see this beautiful monument, and actually this monument represents the war. If you see the dates, it says 1942 to 1945, and that actually, and it says I don't know, Japan. I mean, I know that means Japan. So actually, if you look at Singapore's history in those years of 1942 to 1945, those 3 years, they actually fell under Japanese occupation. There was a war during World War II, and it got renamed to Sayonan too, Light of the South. It was in 1945 where the British came back and kind of liberated Singapore again from Japanese rule. But I don't know how liberated it was, because they were still colonized by the British at that time. But interesting history, and you can see all the people hanging out at the park here, eating their food, having a little picnic. It's the weekend, so everybody's hanging out. So these big round circles that you see, you've probably seen them in movies with the spikes sticking out. This is known as the Esplanade. It's actually where there's like a theater here. So they do like performances, and you know, big performances from around the world come here and perform at this theater. And then right behind me, I have the skyline of Singapore, and it's magnificent, beautiful. I'm on my way to the Marina Bay, the famous Marina Bay. But I figured, let me show you guys whatever I can along the way, because I'm discovering as we go. So let's go. So as I walk next to the Esplanade here, this is one of the famous roads that you'll see on the F1 circuit. As you can see, this is, people watch through these gates as the F1 cars pass through. You can see the advertisements on the side, the Rolex advertisement. That's really cool to see, as an F1 fan, you know, watching, getting to be in the place. And what's really cool about the street circuits is like, it's literally roads that people drive on normally, but when the F1 comes, they just close down the roads and it becomes a racetrack, like you see here. Pretty cool. You know what, guys, I need a coffee, and I see some stuff here. This Esplanade area has some places to eat Do they have places to get a coffee? Let's see. This place is called the Esplanade Gluttons Annex. Esplanade Annex. It looks like mostly food, but I don't know. Maybe they have some coffee. I haven't even had a coffee today. That's crazy. No, actually I did have a coffee in my hotel room, but I didn't actually have a coffee after that. And I am slowly running out of energy. But anywho, we can just walk along the water and see anyway. That's the Marina Bay Hotel. The one that looks like there's a boat on top. And that is the view of the skyline. The financial district of Singapore. And this is the Esplanade Theater. And this is the Esplanade. You can just walk along. It's amazing though, guys. You know, as I walk along this Esplanade, this bay, and look at all of this, I can't help but think about like how amazing it is, how far Singapore has come in such a short, I mean, relatively short amount of time if you think about it, right? Because if you look into their history, it was once just a fishing village. So back in the 1300s, Singapore just started as like a little fishing village, it was known as Temasek, which meant sea town. It was really a far cry from what it is today. A Sumatra prince actually landed here, not landed, but probably took a boat, and apparently he saw a lion here, and that's how they say Singapore got its name, because Singa means lion and Pura means city, I think. Yeah, so Singapore. Now I don't know how true that is, but that's what they say. So in the 1800s you had Sir Raffles, and if you walk around the city you'll see a lot of Raffles Circle, Raffles Circuit, and that was the guy, the British guy, who actually came here and was like, oh, this place is perfect for trade. Of course, look at all the water. I mean, you know, he was like, oh, we can use this place as the British usually do. They know good location, the British. That's one thing. As I traveled through Southeast Asia, or just in general, I learned that the British always knew how to capitalize on good locations. Yeah, in the 1800s, the British came here and colonized it, as the British do, and decided that they were going to make it theirs. And for many years, 100 years almost, it was under British rule. And that's when the Japanese came in, as I mentioned before, in 1942 and during World War II, and took over for about 3 years, and then the British came back in 1945. It wasn't until 1959, 1960, when a man named Lee Kuan Yew, I think I'm saying that right, Lee Kuan Yew, who was the first Prime Minister of Singapore, really started making the plans for what you see today as Singapore, being an independent nation. During that time, around the 1960s, Singapore was actually a part of Malaysia. So they joined forces with Malaysia. But it was around later 1960s that Singapore was actually kicked out of Malaysia for maybe not being, you know, a good partner, who knows. But Lee Kuan Yew had better plans, and he decided that he was gonna, you know, build up his country, focusing on education, focusing on you know, economic growth, focusing on, you know, housing. You know, till this day, Singapore has public housing, has so much like benefits, public benefits. The education here is amazing. So this country doesn't really have any natural resources, you know, as opposed to Malaysia, which has a lot of gasoline and oil. Singapore is mainly built on their education, and to see what this little city country has become compared to its neighbors, it's just amazing, you know. So from a sleepy fishing village to literally a global powerhouse, it's pretty unbelievable. It kind of just shows, like, if a country focuses on the right things, growth is inevitable if you have the right leaders. I really think a lot of credit goes to the Lee Kuan Yew guy. I'm not sure how the locals feel about him, but it seems that the sentiment is pretty good about him. So just need the right leaders, the right direction. All right, guys, enough with the history lessons. Now it's time to find some coffee, which I haven't yet. All right, guys, so there is this Esplanade Mall here, and apparently there's coffee in here. So I'm gonna make my way inside. It is hot, guys. Oof. Especially over here because there's no shade. I've just literally been roasting in the sun. That's one thing about Southeast Asia. If you travel here, most of the time it's heat. I don't want coffee bean and tea leaf. I don't like these franchises. There is a coffee bean and tea leaf there. Maybe we can find something else. What's that? Toast? Let's go up the escalator and see. Alright, here it is. It's on the top floor of the mall. It's nice because you get a nice view of the skyline and everything as well if you want. And let's go grab a coffee. Maybe something to eat. A little snack would be nice. Hello. How much is a coffee here? Let's see. Sorry. Can I have coffee? Yeah.
What coffee do you
Cold,
want?
iced coffee.
Ice white.
Iced. It's double espresso latte. Yeah. With the 6 ounce or the 6 ounce. How big is the 6 ounce?
For iced coffee, only one size only.
Only one size. Okay.
Yeah, 6 ounce is a hot one.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, which table are you sitting?
I'm just gonna sit right here.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so it's about $5 for a coffee, more or less. But yeah, Singapore is relatively expensive, man. I mean, I'm from New York, which is obviously an expensive city, but Singapore is like right up there. I didn't expect that being a Southeast Asian country, but it's pretty expensive. $5 for a normal iced latte. But hey, that's the price you pay to be in luxury. Also, I'm in literally the tourist area. I'm sure once I get out of here and go to, like, you know, the local hawker stalls and things like that, it'll definitely be cheaper, but still, you know, just to give you guys an idea of what things cost, you know. Not bad, not bad. Definitely a more acidic, kind of like a medium roast. So now that I've had my coffee and I'm back out on the streets, I feel energized again, you know? So just walking, and there's this nice bridge you can walk along this Esplanade. See people on sailboats over here. There's a little lion fountain over there. The Fullerton Hotel. Another thing I've noticed is that most of the people who are doing like the manual labor here are definitely not local Singaporean people. Definitely people who come from outside, similar to Dubai and those places, those Gulf countries, you know. You don't see a lot of the locals doing the manual labor, so a lot of these people that you see sitting in the park here, hanging out on their day off because it's Sunday, these people are mostly foreigners, mostly from different countries. Just an interesting thing to see, you know. I always like to get a lay of the land. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, guys. So in this area, it seems like if you want to eat, you have to go into a shopping mall. Seems to be the thing to do. So here we go, into another shopping mall. Well, it's actually a pretty nice mall, though. Whoa, look at this. Very futuristic. Wow. Never seen a mall that looked like this. Pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Apparently there's a Murtabak place in here that's pretty good. It's called Smile Murtabak. Let's go see if I can find it. I definitely wouldn't mind trying some of that. Oh, all right. This is it, guys. This is Singapore, the city of the future. BYD. How do I go down? Now this is just one part of Singapore. If you watch my last video, you'll see I was in Katong, Juchiat. I actually like that area a lot better because it has that vintage vibe, old school kind of vibe. This area is obviously the touristy, futuristic side, usually that you see of Singapore. But we'll definitely be exploring other areas as well. But you figure, you know, while you're in Singapore, you have to see it. Let's see. This is like the food court here. Smells really good though. Ooh, $20 for a haircut. You know what, guys? I'm gonna have some halal Thai food. You can see it's halal in the mall, so you can order right from the screen. You don't need to get served. Let's see what they have. Noodle rice combo. Why so much? Oh, here we go. This one looks like it makes a little bit more sense. You can do Thai crispy chicken and rice. Let's see. Customize. Nah, we're good. Next. You can do, how about, oh no, let's do an iced lemongrass. You have to take a number. Number 15, 15. That's a visa. Alright, my food is ready. Gotta go to the self-service collection station. Thank you. Here it is. Chicken and my lemongrass. Alrighty, let's try this food out. So this meal with the drink cost me about $10 US. Not bad, you know, for a mall food here in Singapore. Tastes like lemongrass. Really refreshing. Nothing like some Thai crispy fried chicken, you know? Alright, let's try it out. Pretty good. And the good thing is, it's halal. As a Muslim, you can find halal food in most places here in Singapore, so that's another plus. I approve of Sap Sap Thai. Very yummy. Aloy, as the Thai would say. Oh man, I'm so full. Food was great though. The food was amazing for shopping mall food. This mall actually is very, very impressive. It's like I've been warped into like the year 3000. It looks like a robotic mall, you know? I don't know. Look at these people rock climbing in the middle of the mall. Interesting. But yeah, guys, this was my little tour of, I guess you could say, the Bugis main central area of Singapore. You know, I would say that this area is very touristy, probably a little bit overpriced. I'm sure I'll find other areas that I enjoy more in Singapore, but if you do come to Singapore, this is definitely one of the areas that you have to explore. It's just, you know, you can't come to Singapore and not explore the Marina Bay. It's one of the landmarks, you know. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you haven't watched, there's more Singapore videos coming. I made some before this. Go check it out. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that as well. And guys, remember, continue to learn, continue to grow. And there is no growth until you leave your comfort zone. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.